Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, so now we get to the modern times. At least in the Cup Series. So, let me say that this one actually holds kind of a special place in my heart because this is not necessarily 100% stuff that I collected in 2018, but a good majority of it is. This is stuff that I heard about and got from places like diecastcrazy.net. A couple of friends of mine hooked me up and told me about the website, and I checked it out, and it got me a lot of hero cards for the 2018 year. It meant a lot to me. This is a custom hero card that I made in 2018 when I went to meet NASCAR driver Ryan Blaney. Technically, it's just NASCAR Racing 2003 copies of the cars, but it looks pretty cool, to be honest. There is an opposing side to it. I won't really go through it much because there really isn't much to say. So, this is the more modern day. So, we've got the Gen 6 car and onward. So, we got Ricky Stenhouse Jr., we got Kyle Busch, Jeff Burton, Carl Edwards, the Dr. Pepper cutaway car, which is really interesting, by the way, in terms of the info that you get there. Austin Dillon hero card. This is a signed Austin Dillon hero card that my mom got me. Another Rick Stenhouse Jr. card. Dale Earnhardt Jr. with Diet Dew. It's the 2014 schedule. Carl Edwards. And here we go. Now with Stewart Haas Racing. 2014 champion Kevin Harvick. We got Kyle Busch going on here. Paul Menard, which this is one that I got in the mail. Kevin Harvick with Busch now sponsoring instead of Budweiser. And here we go. This is where I'm getting the hero cards that came in the mail. So we got Ricky Stenhouse Jr. This hero card of Kyle Larson I purchased on eBay. This is the personalized Dale Earnhardt Jr. hero card that I showed a while back. And then this is a secondary blank copy that I've got going around. This was sent to me in the mail. Brad Keselowski. All of these going forward, by the way, either were purchased or came in the mail. I don't know how I got 2 of these, though. That's actually kind of cool to me, though. That's what's up. 2 Reese cards there. Interesting. This was originally a circle. I had to cut it down. But this is the Auto Trader. Yeah, Auto Trader hero card of Keselowski, which has a good amount of information here. Austin Dillon, pre-Daytona 500 victory. Kevin Harvick. This is pretty cool. Daniel Hemrick. This is a signed Daniel Hemrick hero card. I actually kept waiting for this one to come in. So I messaged them back, and they sent me another one. So I accidentally got 2. Really cool, though. This is a rather nice Chase Elliott hero card here. I really like the design of this. I don't know why. I think I do have to move a couple of hero cards around, though, because this is kind of in the incorrect order. But Kelly Blue Book. Hooters, which I think I had to pay a little bit of money for this, but it was worth it because I got 2 of them. His Napa car, which that one actually needs to go up front. Personalized hero card for Eric Almirola when I met him at the NASCAR fair back in July, I want to say. And then here we go. There's, just like Dale Earnhardt Jr., how I have a lot of hero cards of him, I have a lot of Ryan Blaney hero cards too. So the Peak colors, one of my favorites, the PPG colors. Personalized hero card, which unfortunately this one's gotten a little bit dinged up with over time. And it hasn't even been that long. But I think I got this on eBay, and then I ordered this one via revracing.com. The only thing that kind of sucks is that these are technically Busch Series cards, but he did run Rev and he did run that scheme just on a different body in the Cup Series too. So it counts in my mind. So Dex Imaging, I'm sorry, and then version 2 of the Dex Imaging hero card here. This is the other hero card that I had him sign when I went to meet him. Got 2 of these. They're both identically the same, and I don't know why you would design a hero card where it's the exact same on either side. It's kind of limiting, but whatever. Clint Boyer, which I'm not really like a big Clint Boyer fan, but I think it's kind of cool that this was sent to me. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., another Ricky Stenhouse Jr. hero card, which, by the way, that Fastenal one there, that is the smallest one I've ever gotten. This one came in the mail. One of these I got at a NASCAR fair. This is really cool. I'm not a big fan of the Sunny D colors, but I really think that that's also interesting at the same time. Then Kyle Busch, because it's Kyle Busch. Then Daniel Suarez. Now, I did mark this up with his birth date on the back. I probably shouldn't have done that, but it is what it is. Put that together. Stanley sent me this, which is cool. And then I put a slip of paper in here for Suarez for his birthday. Eric Jones with DeWalt. This is a Reese's Foods card that I had to trim up because it was too big to fit inside of a standard sheet protector. Got this one from Omnicraft. Got this from Pennzoil, which I actually got a really big package of stuff from Pennzoil, which we'll go into later. It's kind of hard to believe that he eventually became the champion in 2018. Kind of crazy. Auto Trader. Hertz with William Byron. I got this from a seller on one of the hero card pages. William Byron, Ryan Newman in 31, Ryan Newman with Cabela's and Bass Pro. And then I also started collecting a decent amount of Matt DiBenedetto cards. So this one, and this one came in the mail and it was a little dinged up. So I think I actually had to trim it some. And then we've got Zenga Poker. This was the car that had all the people around NASCAR come together and help find Matt get sponsorship for the race. And that was really cool. And then this one is my personal favorite. Very similar to the PPG car. I really, really like the kind of Tony Stewart-like throwback, sort of, that they had going with the Snoopy car. And the fact that it's in NASCAR Heat 3, really cool. Michael McDowell, which this was one of the earliest cards that I got. So there's that. Chris Buescher. I really don't like that paint scheme, but I do like Chris Buescher. David Reagan, which this is personally signed by David Reagan, signed by David Reagan. This one I bought on eBay. And then this is kind of goofy. There was apparently an error with Click and Close, because I have not one, but I have 5 of these Bubba Wallace hero cards here. They're just all packed in. I think I've got most of them actually stacked in here, and then this is another individual one. That's as simple as it gets. This is all Bubba Wallace. So, I guess, if any of you guys in the diecast community, or in the hero card community, would like any of these, I am more than willing to sell these at super, super cheap. Or, if you really just want them, I may give them away if you would just kindly pay shipping back for me. Because, like I said, I've got 5 of these. I don't really need that many. I like them. I like Bubba Wallace. I just don't need 5. I'm fine with 2 to 3 at most. Martin Truex Jr. Another Martin Truex Jr. hero card, which would be his last season in the 78 car, as we would later find out as the team shut down. Pro Core right here with Keith Kane. And this one is kind of interesting. I didn't really expect to get a signed Derek Cope hero card, especially because I'm not a fan of Derek Cope. But it's a Bojangles throwback hero card, and that's kind of cool. Then we go to here. This was included in one of the sellers on the hero card collection page. He was kind enough to send me this out, and I love it. I love it. Because it's identical to the Air Camarilla one. It's just Tony Stewart. Then we go to the next page, and we got Dale Earnhardt Jr. This is one that I got at the meeting of Dale Earnhardt Jr. And it's kind of interesting that this is already pre-signed. There really is not a lot of like driver info or anything like that, but it's a good ending point. It's a very, very good ending point to Dale Jr.'s career. And I like it. I really do. And then this, I won't go too deep into this, but real quick, I know that you guys have seen me do some NASCAR racing stuff in the past. At this time, and even now, I mean, I'm a big Blaney fan. I really, really like Ryan Blaney, and he's the guy I'm rooting for now and well into the future, even though that Dale Earnhardt Jr. still has a really, really soft spot in my heart. But I created my own custom hero card. I had a buddy of mine. I painted the car. I got the logos from all over the place, from Google to Big Evil Racing, I believe, to Splash and Go Graphics, who made the mod. Just all over the place. It was just all an accumulation of stuff. And I took a photo of Ryan Blaney, chopped his head out, and then pasted my head into it, and there you go. And I think it's rather goofy and silly, but you know what? I kind of like it. It took me a while to make all of this. So, and that's really it. There's no other hero cards at the end here. And that's about it. That's everything that I've collected in terms of the Cup Series. And that's just 2018. Like, most of this stuff is stuff that I got this past year. There still is a little bit of space here left. And I may go for 2019 for certain drivers. But I don't know. So, that's really about it for this particular book. So, we're going to head over to the NASCAR Busch Series and the Truck Series, and we'll talk about that in the next video.